I've said openly as a gay man who dates younger, I date legal, I just date younger, but I've been called a pedophile and other things. When it comes to a woman, it's the first time I've ever heard the conversation flip on its head like this. And it's Brittany in the middle of it because she was dating the guy, PJ Washington from the Charlotte Hornets, ended up having a child with him. And people, called her out saying that she was, quote, faking her relationship after giving birth to their child. Now, she's 29 years old. And she's an author who's written about different relationships she's had with many celebrities. She was on this show talking about that, very open about her issues. Her relationship with Trey Songz and different men, what she talked about. But now she's being accused of, quote, grooming this Washington guy because he was a lot younger. I guess he was 18 when she first started coming around his games. So she went on this show and she's made some comments that have people going crazy. But this was following her doing a post while she was at a game that said, "Hide your sons." Now, we all know that Britney is a troll, and I really feel like Britney is doing what Lil Nas X is doing. She's trolling people to show the double standard, right? But when she went on Academic Show, she said, quote, "The whole predator shit, it was our homecoming and there were 60-year-olds on campus. It's just like it is what it is. I'm allowed to sleep with someone who's 18 if I wanted to, and that's all I'm really defending." She's also saying that she wouldn't do it because that's not her thing. But the question is, if she's saying she would date younger and the person's legal, is it a problem?
No. I think what Brittany gotta understand is when you start dating, messing with athletes, especially beloved athletes, that Twitter interaction, that Instagram interaction, that hate you're gonna get is way different sometimes from even a musical artist. Because now you have people who don't know who you are at all jumping into the conversation. I think we've seen this with Kehlani dealing with Kyrie Irving, where he had to step in to say, "Leave her alone." Those sports fans are just so much different. So
We
I
saw
think
that
a lot.
with Sierra when she started dating Russell. They said that she was the reason why he was losing all the games. Khloe
You see
Kardashian,
that.
when she was dating Tristan Thompson.
So those sports fans, they hit a little different. So she's not doing nothing we ain't see before, man. She's dating some dude that she liked. It didn't work out. The relationship moves on. But because you dated an athlete that's beloved, you're going to have a little bit more interaction on social media and Instagram like that. And it's going to look like a lot more, it's going to be a lot more exposed than it should have been. I think that's really the
I
situation.
I I think that there's several truths can be true at the same time. I'm going to be honest before anybody gets crazy in the comments. Everybody knows I date younger men, right? Like I'm not even going to front. And so people are going to be like, and somebody actually asked me about this. They're like, "Oh, Blue, you must be on Britney's side because he was only 6 years younger." I have like a 10-year cap. Now that I'm in my 40s, 10 years is still in their 30s. So let's be clear about that, adults. But the reason why I'm giving Britney the side eye, despite agreeing with everything that's been said, is that yes, older men do it all the time. Yes, athletes have fans that are fanatical and crazy. And yes, she is dating legal, just like Jason and I date younger and we date legal. However, Brittany is not just a troll. She's also a troll who years ago made videos literally mapping out what she's accused of proactively. She literally said, "These athletes are dumb and don't wear condoms. So if you want to come up, make them fall in love with you and have a baby with one for a bag." So she's being accused of something that she literally already championed on video prior to meeting him. So she's not just a victim of circumstance, she's a victim of her own mouth. She literally said she was going to do it and she did it. So whether she was just joking years ago and it happened to happen later on, sis, you already admitted it on video ahead of time before it happened. And I think that's what's really making this a smoking gun and very different than the broader conversation because she literally said she was going to do it and she did it.
I'm
Sorry.
here for it. I'm here for it. I'm gonna tell you why. How many guys do we know plotted on shooting one up in a woman and getting her pregnant and then locking her down? Like that's something
Yeah.
that's happened for years, right? Men have been plotting on women. I think what Brittany is doing is she's treating these guys like guys treat girls. I think there's definitely a great conversation to be had here. Me and Brittany talked about her coming back on the show because I do think
Yeah.
there's a double standard. I think there's a double standard
Absolutely.
when a woman dates younger and a man dates younger. I think, I'll be very honest. I date mid-20s, mid to late 20s. That's just my thing. I like it. I mean, would I date somebody in their 30s? Yeah. Am I looking for somebody in their 40s? No. If I fell in love with somebody in their 40s, would I date them? Of course. I'm very much open to whatever's there. I'm not you don't have to fit in a younger or mid-20 or late 20 box. I'm open to people and energy, but I'm not open to a kid. And so I think that there's the difference, but I do think there's a double standard for people of color who date younger than white people, because you've seen these 65-year-old, 75-year-old white men dating 20-year-old blow up dolls, and there's nothing wrong with that because, hey, this is what it is. You had what's the guy name with the Playboy Mansion? Hugh Hefner. He was like 80, 90, 100. I don't even know how old he was, man. He rest in peace. But all the women in his life were in their 20s and 30s, and people normalized it because it was a player. You know, this old man walking around in his robe all day long. Damn, I walk around in my robe all day too, huh? I need to stop.
You really do.
Anyway, but, you know, my point is there's a whole double standard. And I want us to get to a place where if you're dating legal and you're happy, be happy. And if you're not in that relationship, don't police it. Like, who cares? I shout out to Brittany. Keep treating these men like they've been treating y'all.